Welcome again to our webinar dealing today with the issue of, is it possible for grandparents, aunts and uncles to have parental rights? Now, the default position is as follows. A mother will always have full parental rights and responsibilities over the minor child by default. The other position is that of the father. The question is, does a father have parental rights by default? Not necessarily, not always. If he was married to the child's mother, wonderful, no issues. He has parental rights and responsibilities over the minor child with the mother, and just as much as the mother has, because he is married to the mother. If he is not married to the mother, then we're dealing with a second scenario. The default position is he does not have any parental rights. However, he can acquire those parental rights. In short, I won't deal in detail with the Children's Act, but if he is involved in a minor child's life, supports a minor child, pays maintenance, or tries to do it, despite the mother making it hard for him to do so, he's actively involved, or he was actively involved in the minor child's life. When him and the mother was in a relationship, when the mother and the father was in a relationship, and the child was born, the father was there, he was involved in the child's life, supported the mother, supported the child, etc. And they've broken up, they've separated, he would have acquired those parental rights and responsibilities. A technical point, why does all fathers not have automatic parental rights and responsibilities if he was not married to the mother? Of course, there are many scenarios. One would be he made the mother pregnant and he went missing. He comes back 10 years later and say, I want to have parental rights. No, that doesn't work that way. His responsibilities here is to maintain the child. Or a very bad example, but a severe example, if he raped the mother. The child was born non-consensually. Under those circumstances, obviously, the father can't come here and say, oh, I want parental rights and responsibilities by default. Comes back here 5 years later and says, I'm the father, I'm the biological father, let's do a paternity test, and automatically, I want to see my child, I would like to have contact with my child, despite those specific circumstances. Therefore, the default position, as I mentioned earlier on, if you were married to the mother, automatically you have parental rights and responsibilities, you have right of care custody, you have a say in the child's life. If you were not married to the child's mother, automatically, the default position is you do not have parental rights. However, you acquire it by being involved in the child's life. That is very important to note. If you were involved in the child's life, pay child support, contact with the child, actively involved in the child's life, you would have acquired those specific rights, and you have a say in the minor child's life. If there is a dispute between you and the mother regarding that, the dispute can be taken to the office of the family advocate, and they will try to resolve that dispute. If they cannot, and you do not agree to that, and the mother doesn't agree to that, of course the matter should be taken to court, and the court can make a determination as to whether or not you have acquired those specific parental rights and responsibilities in relation to that specific minor child. Another issue, of course, a father can come out of nowhere and say, I'm the father of the child, I have parental rights, but you are not married to the mother. So issues of paternity, etc. must first be resolved. And once it's resolved, we can deal with the matter accordingly. I have 2 questions, but before I deal with those 2 questions, the reason for me dealing with a specific topic is that I am receiving a lot of queries. A lot of people are coming to me for advice on the specific topic regarding whether or not a third party is usually a aunt, grandparents most of the time, who wants to acquire parental rights and responsibilities, or the legal term would be the assignment of parental rights and responsibilities upon them. A usual scenario would be the parents themselves are not fit and proper, and the minor child is being cared for by an aunt or an uncle or the grandparents, depending upon either paternal or maternal. And the grandparents feel that they have an obligation to look after these specific children, and they want certain parental rights over the minor child, or responsibilities. For example, they would like to enroll the minor child into a school. They keep on getting the problem, where is the parents? You are the grandparents. They can see the grandparents are a bit old. It's obviously not their biological child, their biological grandchild, of course. We're having 60, 70-year-old people coming to the doors of the creche saying, I would like to enroll the child. Clearly, you're not the parents. But however, some grandparents look very young again, and that can maybe pass. But nonetheless, you know where I'm going to with this. Aunts sometimes come to me where they stipulate that, you know, her sister passed away and the child has been cared for by her for the last few years, and she would like to continue those specific rights. Remember, our topic does not deal with the issue concerning adoption of minor children. That is a total different topic, total different issues, total different scenario. I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing here with the situation where a third party would like to acquire specific rights and responsibilities in law, on paper, stamped by the court, and should they act, they are acting lawfully on behalf of the child. Should the child want to acquire a passport, leave the country, those specific persons who acquire those rights can sign or needs to give consent where that is concerned. Let us deal with the first question. It goes as follows. I am the maternal grandparent of 2 minor children. The mother went missing and the father is a drug addict. Is it possible that I have custody and guardianship rights of the minor children? Yes, it is possible. You have to acquire that, and you have to prove to the court that it will be in the minor child's best interest. Now, because you're asking for guardianship rights, only the High Court can assign guardianship rights over you. Remember, guardianship rights deals with the legal aspects. If you watch my previous videos, you will know that care and contact, custody issues are 2 separate issues. Guardianship issues are as well different. Guardianship deals with legal aspects. A parent can have sole guardianship and have no rights of care and contact. Cannot see the child, but he has guardianship rights. His consent is required for the child to get a passport, to leave the country, to purchase, to alienate property, go for an operation, etc. His or her consent is required, but he cannot see the child for whatever reasons. That is possible. It's a given scenario. Therefore, you have to prove to the court that it will be in the minor child's best interest for you to be assigned guardianship rights and care and contact rights for the minor child. The court will listen to everybody, maybe the family advocate's office, etc., and the court will make a determination. So it is possible, and it happens regularly. I deal with it a lot. Oops, sorry about that. I deal with it a lot, and the courts make those specific orders if it is in the minor child's best interest. So the court will assign those rights upon you. The second question, my sister passed away during childbirth. She was married to the father at the time. I cared for the child since birth. The father now wants to take the minor child away. What can I do? Typical scenario, which I deal with on a regular basis. Child passes away, the father cannot care for the child, the aunt looks after the child. Quite some time goes by, the parties, for some or other reason, cannot co-parent the situation because the aunt, for example, she thinks it's her child, and she acts that specific way. You can't blame her. And the father is the one that sees the child maybe every second weekend or visits or phones now and again. And there's a problem, there's a conflict. The court will obviously have to deal with this matter as to what is in the minor child's best interest. And if it is in the minor child's best interest for the aunt to be assigned rights of guardianship, care and contact, the court will make such an order. So the take home is, it is possible for a third party, aunt, uncle, friend, you know, could possibly be a ex-spouse. He or she can also apply for that. The parties divorced already, they had a child, sorry, they never had a child together. There was a child of a previous relationship and they looked after the child, they've divorced, but now the step-parent or this ex-step-parent wants to still be involved in the child's life. He can apply or she can apply to court for the assignment of certain rights and responsibilities to the minor child. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it assisted you in understanding this topic, and I hope to see you online soon. Have a lovely day.